Everyone, welcome back to Leadership Lessons with Cheri. And we made it. We made it through a week in Houston that was very challenging, as you heard me talk about yesterday on Strong Inside and Out. If you caught that episode, if not, you can go there and listen to all the details. But it also gave me some good time to work on my business and work on future plans for myself. I always say that a leader's life is never dull. It's always busy because we're always thinking. And if you listen to last week's episode, I talked about how it's our whole persona, right? It becomes our whole being. We can't just be a leader sometimes and then go home and not be a leader. It just kind of perpetuates into everything that we do, or at least I believe that, especially if you are that great leader out there. And when we are in a place where we're looking at evolving and changing and things get uncomfortable, which is exactly where I'm at right now, that's the time where we have to dig deep and really utilize those leadership skills. So it's been a week. Let me just tell you, lots of great things coming moving forward. Can't really give you a lot of details yet, except for the fact that I am working, building, growing, still going to be working to support female leaders out there, leaders in general, but becoming a little more aligned in the education world and determining where my next steps are from there. So more to come very, very soon. I've got some big meetings coming up this week, and they should help me make some final decisions because, gosh, we're already in the last week of January, right? And we don't have time to waste, that's for sure. I did look at my little calendar. I'm recording this on Sunday, January 26th, and I pulled up my quote calendar for today. And the quote is, difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. 2024 was difficult for me. You heard me talk about that in so many different ways. And January has been a planning month for me for sure, and working on this rebuild. And I'm looking forward to the beautiful destinations that are coming forward. If you're in a place like that, you definitely know what I'm talking about. So having said that, this week I wanted to just provide a short little episode on leadership lessons in regard to a series that I'm going to be doing coming up. If you did listen to Strong Inside and Out yesterday, you heard me talk about my upcoming TED Talk. As a matter of fact, when this drops on Wednesday, and you're listening to it, if you are listening to it on the day it releases or during the week, my TED Talk is actually on Saturday, February 1st, and it is really targeted to the profession of education. However, as I spoke yesterday, this message is something that really can be adapted to your personal life. And I think it can definitely fit in with the development of great leaders. And so I'm going to be spending the next 5 weeks taking my talk and adapting it to the work that we do in leadership, because my goal is always to do two important things. Number one, give you the skills and confidence to be able to go out there and lead like the great leaders that you are, but also to be able to think about the things that aren't necessarily the tangible things that we can so to speak, teach or grow, but be able to continue to think about the inside piece too, the motivation, the grit, the perseverance, because that breeds confidence, and confidence then breeds the fact that we definitely believe that we can do it, that we can learn the skills needed. We feel more confident in taking the risks that we need to take when it comes to being a great leader. And we definitely can have an impact on the world. And that is my main goal. So having said that, my TED Talk talks about 5 big things that educators, specifically in that talk, teachers, need to build to be able to have the grit and perseverance to continue to show up as their best selves, because we know that teaching is hard. Now, I know that there are, me, myself, I'm a former teacher, I'm a current teacher, I'm an educator, I'll always be an educator. I know that there are many hard professions out in the world. I know that teaching is not the only one. And that has come with years of experience and building my wisdom and maturing and seeing life from an outside perspective rather than just within the four walls. But if you would have asked me my first, second, third year of teaching, when I would come home on Fridays exhausted, I would say teaching was the hardest profession out there. And as I have evolved and took over the principal chair, and I would come home on Fridays completely exhausted, and it would usually last a little longer into Saturday, I would have said that being a principal was the hardest job out there. And then as I transitioned into building my own business, I look back on both of those professions and I have to say, building a business is the hardest job out there. But then within the work that I've done in my business, I talk to doctors and lawyers and other entrepreneurs and marketers and salespeople and real estate. And honestly, y'all, working, having a successful career is hard. If you want to be successful, no matter what we do is going to be hard. However, as I speak in my talk, we just have to learn how to do hard better. And there are things that we can do so that we can continue to show up as our best selves, be regarded as the professionals we want, and to have people respect the work that we do. I think about a conversation I had with one of my former coaches myself. I had a coach for a while, actually about 2 years, and we had a conversation this week, and we were talking about a new opportunity that she presented to me for me to possibly think about joining her. And when she told me about it, she told me that it was a network marketing opportunity. And I've had experience with network marketing years ago, years and years ago. My parents did network marketing. They were very successful. It was a supplement and protein shake meal replacement kind of company, and they were extremely successful. I decided to join the team. And I had some success, but I didn't put the time, the effort into it. So that was part of it. But I couldn't stay up on it and still be a principal. I just didn't feel like it was in line with the workload that I already had. Then I transitioned back to Des Moines, Iowa for a while. And during that time, a friend talked to me about a home shopping kind of wine company, which I love wine, right? And so I was like, yeah, let's try it out. And I was very successful with that. I was very successful. But again, it was taking up time and I just didn't have the time, the wheelhouse to be able to put that into my busy days. And so I left that. And a few years ago, I joined Mary Kay because I am very passionate about my aging skin and women my age who feel the same way, but don't necessarily or haven't necessarily made the decision to go get Botox or whatever. And so I joined that and I was very successful. But again, it was the commitment, the time commitment. And then I went into the life insurance business for a while. And this company was similar to a network marketing company, not just that company, also went on the real estate model and et cetera, et cetera. And I was pretty successful, but it was hard. It was hard work, hard finding clients, hard finding people that wanted to spend their money, especially last year in the wake of everything that's been going on, here in the United States with the economy. But it was hard. And I stopped doing that because it was hard and I just didn't have the time to commit to it. So I share all of that, not to say I'm a loser and and I quit everything. You might be thinking that, but that really wasn't it. These opportunities come along and they sound really, really good. But you have to remember, there's never going to be easy, right? Someone said to me, well, I just want some passive income. And honestly, unless you're investing in something that's producing money overnight and it's a really good investment, I don't know if there really is such a thing as passive income. You're going to put in the work at some point. So all professions are hard. And as you move up into leadership, it's even harder, right? So back to the purpose of today's conversation is these 5 strategies that I came up with are crucial to people who are experiencing challenges and hurdles and sometimes wonder if this is the path they're supposed to be on, and eventually they want to quit. These are crucial in keeping us going, keeping us moving forward. Now, there's one of them that's very specific to teaching. However, it can be adjusted and adapted, and I've found a way to be able to do that. So the 5 areas that I talk about on my talk for next week, number 1 is know your why. 2, plan for success. 3, run your day. Number 4 is the one specific to teachers, consistent management in the classroom. However, adapting it to our role as leaders, consistent management of our world, right? Our schedules, it kind of goes with run your day, but it's different. It's different in the fact that you need to know what's happening moving forward, what are your focuses, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll talk about that. And then finally, self-care. So over the next 5 weeks, I'll dig into each of those separately, a little deeper. They won't be super long episodes. However, they will be powerful, giving little pieces of information, strategies, applicable, gosh, I couldn't say that, actionable steps, let's say it that way, that you can go out and use right away, so that as you are gaining your skills and as you are building your confidence and as you are working to secure those top level positions, you're also able to be in a place where you feel solid about the work you do and about your life. So I'm excited for what's coming. I hope you are as well. If this is something that you know, someone out there that you're like, oh Lordy, we better get so-and-so on these episodes, share this out because they're coming and you can listen on podcast. Wow. Listen on Apple or Spotify, and you can watch the video on YouTube. Goodness, today I am tongue-tied. I don't know what's happening. All right, y'all. That's everything that I have for today. I hope that you're as excited about the next 5 weeks as I am. I know it will be good information that we can all use. And I look forward to having you right back here next week on Leadership Lessons with Cheri.